Warning: the Chaotic Culture Podcast is a program for mature audiences. The language and content presented in this podcast is of a mature nature that some audiences may not find suitable. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Embrace the culture, blaze the doja, grab your loved ones and bring them closer. Extra, extra, read the poster, the KKP is taking over. Sleeping on me, better smell the Folgers. I've been razor sharp since the Motorola. Off for O, like the cover Oprah. Popping bottles, feet all in the sofa. It's a celebration, though the times is hard. It's raining blessings, give it up to God. Chaotic culture, the greatest pod. With Ked the Pro, the one in charge. But it's a celebration, times is hard. It's raining blessings, give it up to God. Chaotic culture, the greatest pod. With Ked the Pro, the one in charge.
We're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. 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 Oh, we're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast, the pod where chaos rules and Black culture is elevated and embraced. Did you miss us? I hope so, because we got some stuff coming here for you. Gonna try to keep it to a short episode because, again, people got work and we're coming off a holiday, and we want to be sure that, everybody gets to bed on time. And, of course, continue to recover from this weekend because, again, this was MLK weekend and everybody had fun. That being said, this podcast will deep dive into modern Black culture and how millennials and Gen Z can navigate the crazy parts from finances, music, Black business highlights, home ownership, HBCUs, sports, Black nerddom, anime, wrestling. If it encompasses Black culture, we are going to cover it. Live from the 7-5, I am the host and the creator of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. This is your boy, Ked the Pro, a.k.a. the Calculator Millennial, the Cutlass Diamond, a.k.a. don't be pushing all my buttons in my cutlass unless you cutting, a.k.a. your favorite toxic adjacent king, Chaotic Ked, Ked the Poet, Ked the Closer, Ked the Hoochie Hashira, all of that good shit. The 843 is me, but VA is where I stay. Always chaotic, never toxic on most days. Back again, once again, with your favorite Black culture highlights and Black culture shenanigans. With me today, of course, are the two ladies of the pod, starting, of course, with Miss Sappy. Please go ahead and introduce yourself, Miss Sappy.
Well, hello, everybody. It's your girl, Sappy. No AKAs or hey. I'm going to come up with something, though, eventually. But as of today, I ain't got nothing. But we got a great episode for you guys, so let's get into it.
Indeed we do. Next, of course, we have the first lady of the pod, Miss Nasa. Please, Nasa, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, y'all. Y'all already know who it is. It's your girl, Nasa, a.k.a. Tony Noir. Welcome to the station and good vibes only. Y'all, we got a lot to cover. So let's just go ahead and get started, all right?
Indeed. Johnny and Law are somewhere. They said that they'll pop in hopefully soon, so we'll get to hopefully hear from them before everything closes up and wraps up. But if not, of course, they all know that we love them and we appreciate them, and hopefully we'll get them on the next episode. But yeah, first and foremost, we got to get into the mental health check just to be sure everybody's doing good, everybody's great and in the right headspace. We'll start with Miss Nasa. How has your mental health been, ma'am?
My mental health has been steady. For sure, 2023 has definitely came in with a bang, honey. Let's talk about it. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm going through therapy. Taking one day at a time and just taking this time, or really wanting to take these couple months, January, February, March, to just really kind of just take the time to just reflect, remove and release anything that is really not meant for me. Because in the spring, honey, I want everything to be anew. The spring, the March, like the end of March, the beginning of spring, that's my new year. So that's where we're at right now.
Heard. Sappy, how has your mental health been?
It has been phenomenal. Like I've had a very good week. I had my Founders Day. I had fun. Like it's a good week. I just need it started off good. I need it to end good as well. So let's see how it goes.
I heard that. I heard that. Uh, this has been a good weekend for me. Today it's been kind of so. Only because I came home and got right to chores, but I mean it is what it is. Things got to get done, and that's the life of an adult. So yeah, it's been quite the interesting weekend to say the least. I definitely had fun because I did go up to DC and celebrate B Fun's birthday. Shout out to B Fun. If you haven't checked out that episode about something in the water, please be sure that you do. Going back to season 3, and yeah, it was a really interesting weekend. Got to see a lot of people that I have not seen in quite some time. Got to meet some new people, and yeah, I will say though that it is cold and it was cold in DC. And unfortunately, I had to bring my air mattress because a lot of people were staying in that house. So, yeah, it was cold downstairs. And even with us turning up the heat, it did not feel any better, especially being on an air mattress. That thing is, it's not uncomfortable. It's just laying on an air mattress in downstairs where it's cold is not the most pleasant experience I've had, but I've had worse. So it is what it is. Before we get into the topics of discussion for today, first and foremost, we got to cover this because we missed it on the last episode. So obviously January is a special month, especially for a group of the 5 fraternities and sororities that were founded in January under the National Panhandling Council. So starting off, obviously, yo to the Noops. I hope that everybody who is a good brother of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated enjoyed their J5. I know I certainly did. So definitely, once again, yo to the Noops. I hope that this January has been fruitful for you so far. And of course, I hope that all the brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated enjoyed their J9. I hope that they had a wonderful time and got a chance to fellowship with each other. Likewise,
My brothers did. They did. They had a good time.
Likewise, for J13, for all the devastating divas of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, I hope that you enjoyed your J13. I hope that it was a wonderful experience for you. And I hope that you didn't throw them bows and knock some people over. That's an inside joke for those who really know what DST stands for. Definitely some thugs. Okay. To the
they did too.
Nah, before I got cousins who are Deltas and they know I love them to death, and they are really they're gung-ho for their sorority, and they are in the community and they are out always doing service. So definitely shout out to Delta Sigma Theta. Likewise, for those who celebrated J15, of course, I hope the pretty ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated enjoyed their J15. Shout out to my mom, my grandma, and my first cousin, Jasmine, who are, of course, wonderful ladies of this prestigious sorority. And I hope that they enjoyed themselves. I will say that when I was in DC, not even J15, on J14, when we went to brunch, the AKAs were out. Like, literally, they were out. Everywhere I looked, there was an AKA. Now, mind you, it's DC, so, of course, Howard University is the alpha chapter for a lot of these organizations. But I just wasn't expecting to see that many. So, and then finally, of course, we are recording on J16. So by the time you hear this will be Wednesday. But
last but not least,
happy Founders Day to the finer women of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Enunciate your T's. Thank you.
I got to do it. I got.
So sorry, y'all. I got kicked out. I don't know what happened.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And looks like Law has entered the building. Real quick, Law, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself real fast, bro.
You're what it is. It's your boy Law. Back at it again. Another week, another podcast, another episode. If y'all can hear it in my voice, I'm a bit under the weather. Yeah, I'm about to be masked up all 2023 because fuck these germs. All right, let's get it.
Boy, you ain't lying. Like, I'm about to be wearing my mask again for real. Like, I've already been wearing it out in public anyway, but like, I'm gonna start wearing this joint like at work for real because these people out here is nasty. And of course, we got all these diseases, and of course, COVID is still very active in these streets. So, with that, let us get into the funner part of the discussion before we get into the more serious topics. So, first and foremost, it is award season. So y'all already know what that means. We already had the
we
Emmy
rooting for
pass.
everybody black.
Indeed,
that's what that means.
We just had the Golden Globes and the Critics' Choice Awards, and so with that, the next major award show that will be coming up is the Grammys. Now we all know how we feel about the Grammys, but it's safe to say that will I be tuning in? Unfortunately, yes, because I really have to pay attention to this show, and I want to be sure that, you know, at least some justice is done for some of these albums that came out. That being said, I know how the Grammys operate, and I know that they're going to pick their favorites as opposed to what has really been trending in the community, because we all know that the Grammys are really more catered to the white folk than they are to us, but that's another story. With that in mind, I'm going to pull up this list, and I'm just going to ask the crew here who they think is actually going to win this award. Now, of course, I'm not going to go down every Grammy that is being presented because, look, there's a whole lot of Grammy nominations, and that we just don't have the time for it. But let's look at some of the more important ones, especially the ones that we really, really care about. Let's start off with, I guess we got to go with rap. So, for best rap album, I'm just going to name off the nominees. We got God Did by DJ Khaled, I Never Liked You by Future, Come Home, The Kids Missed You by Jack Harlow, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick Lamar, and It's Almost Dry by Pusha T. Do we have any predictions on who will win?
Don't win that.
I was just about to say, Sappy,
if he don't win
that, no,
he
don't
really
get me
does
wrong.
not have any competition in that entire category. Like, come on.
I'm not gonna. I mean, look, Pusha T's project was a solid project. Like, that was a really dope project. But Kendrick got it. I'm sorry, Kendrick got it.
I was gonna say It's Almost Dry by Pusha T was the only one that had any chance, like
any
winning this, but out of those other ones, I'm like, nah, this was going to Kendrick by far. Like, I don't see anybody else beating Kendrick out. Then of course you have best rap song, which is Churchill Downs, Jack Harlow and Drake, God Did with Khaled and everybody else, Rick Ross, Wayne, Jay-Z, John Legend, and Friday, The Heart Part 5, Kendrick, Pushin' P, Gunna and Future, Wait For You, Future, Drake, and Tim's. Technically, this was Tim's song that they kind of flipped, but
Kendrick still got it. Take 5 was impeccable. Are you kidding me? Kendrick still got it.
The Heart Part 5, the Heart series in general has always been immaculate, but the Heart Part 5 was definitely something special this year. If Churchill Downs had won, I would have been so upset. Like, yo, y'all cannot just give an award to Jack Harlow just for the sake of giving it to him. I am definitely giving this.
They gonna get him. He gonna win.
Boy, it's the only other thing that I can think of.
There's about to be a riot.
The other thing I can think of was Wait For You, but
there's about to be a riot.
Wait For You is gonna give them a run for their money, but I don't think it's gonna win.
I still can't give it the fact that they. I mean, granted, it was with the permission of Tim's, I believe, but still, I'm just like, it's Tim's song. Like, I know.
I always hate artists who sample a song that's still playing on the radio.
I'm saying, like,
one of my biggest music pet peeves.
The song ain't even 3 years old. It's not even 2 years old, and he went ahead and sampled it. Like, if it was 10 or 11, okay, I get it, but no, man, no.
Like, folks still actively have it on their playlist. Like,
exactly. This one. Actually, I don't think Kendrick is going to win this one as much as I love this song, but this one is best melodic rap performance. This is Beautiful, DJ Khaled featuring Future and SZA, Wait For You, Future featuring Drake and Tim's, First Class, Jack Harlow, Die Hard, Kendrick Lamar with Blast and Amanda Reifer, and Big Energy by Lotto, the live version.
Oh, the one that she did with Mariah?
I think so. I don't know. I have to look deeper into
I
that,
don't know,
but
I feel like Kendrick might still get that one.
he still possibly could. But I think this would be more catered to those who do melodic rap. So I would think that this might be the one that Future actually wins. And
Wait for you, yeah.
Yeah. And then we've got best rap performance. God Did, DJ Khaled, Vegas, Doja Cat, Pusha P, Gunna and Future, FNF, Hit Kid and Glorilla, and the Heartbart 5 by Kendrick. Now, I'm a big fan of Big Glow. I don't see her beating out Kendrick for this one.
Listen, I have a confession to make about her. So I don't listen to like this current music often. I mean, I listen to it, but I don't really like it. So I finally, after like all the hype died down, finally listened to Tomorrow. That song is ass. I'm sorry. I was listening to her bars like, this shit is pure ass. Like, none of her bars are connecting. Like, she's not hitting any. Like, no, that is ass. I'm like, Cardi saved that song with a little like, oh, that's cute. That was clever. But that entire song is pure ass. I'm sorry. Like, can nobody convince me in the club? Like, I'm sitting there. No, I was listening to it and I'm like, even what's her name got better bars than that. What's the girl with the reddish hair?
Oh, not Ice Spice. No.
Like, even her song got better bars than that. Tomorrow is terrible.
That's crazy, Sappy. That's crazy.
Tomorrow is terrible.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
I don't know. I was listening to Tomorrow like, is this the hype? Is this the song? Is this it?
I wish y'all could know how much I'm laughing on the inside because I can't really actually laugh due to again being under the weather. But this is hilarious.
I'm dying right now.
The beat go hard, and that's what everybody is going off of because the best bar is the last line. Like, it's the best bar of the entire song. No, and you can't convince me that song is good. I was sitting there listening like, are you kidding me? Like, y'all was going hard for this?
So I'm not going to hold you. Most of the girls that I talk to only listen to Tomorrow 2 for Cardi's verse.
Exactly.
And that's not a shade to Big Glow, but you
now,
might
granted,
not
that's
be
the only
wrong.
song I have listened to of hers. Now, maybe there's another song that might save her, but it's not looking good. Like, I'm not a fan at all.
Well, alrighty then. Real quick,
but I'll take my word for it.
Hey, look, it's your opinions, man. You brought a little chaos into this discussion, so we got to go with it. So, I'm gonna try to move as fast as I can through the R&B portion. So, for best R&B album, you got "Good Morning Gorgeous" with
all of them.
Mary J. Blige. SZA's not in this category.
I know.
I was gonna say SZA dropped her album after the deadline. Can we wait until the next Grammys? But yes, but still, you got "Good Morning Gorgeous" by Mary J. Blige, "Breezy" by Chris Brown, "Black Radio 3" by Robert Glasper, "Candy Drip" by Lucky Day, "Watch the Sun" by PJ Morton. Okay.
Lucky Day's gonna win that.
However,
I would really love Black Radio to win because that album was phenomenal.
You ain't lying.
I love Robert Glasper so much.
Robert Glass.
To be honest, for me, I know Lucky Day's probably going to win, but I kind of also wouldn't be mad if PJ won either because I loved Watch the Sun.
Well, yeah, Watch the Sun is good too. Yeah. So I love me some Robert.
Yeah. I'll admit that I have not listened to Mary J's album. I tried to listen to Chris Brown's album, but that's another topic for another discussion. Anyway,
I don't support him.
With Chris Brown's album, I listened to the album, but I think I only liked one of the songs. So that's just probably just me. That's probably just me, and I probably didn't look through the entire collage, but I was just picking and choosing.
I hear that. Best progressive R&B album. We've got a lot of these I really have to catch up on. Okay, so Red Balloon, Take It to Bangers, Starfruit by Moonshot. I'll admit I haven't listened to that one. Drones by Terrace Martin. That was a good one. Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. He should win that one. I'm sorry. And then Operation Funk by Corey Henry. I'm a big Steve Lacy guy, so I'm going to say
All
that.
of those albums are phenomenal. So it's going to be a really, first of all, Tank of the Bangers. If y'all haven't listened to them yet, please put them on your. Oh my God, they're so. And them in concert is just another level. Steve Lacy's definitely gonna win though, but that category is a very, very, very strong category.
I got you. Next, we're going to skip this part. Best R&B performance: Virgo's Groove, Beyonce, Here With Me, Mary J. Blige, Hours and Hours, Money Long, Over, Lucky Day, Hurt Me So Good, Jasmine Sullivan.
Hurt Me So Good. If they don't give my girl Jasmine her flowers on that
Jasmine might get
song.
that or lose to Beyonce.
Yeah, look, Virgo's Groove was that girl, but Hurt Me So Good by Jasmine. If they don't stop playing with her and give her that, if they don't stop playing with her,
get nominated in that category.
You said which one, Sappy?
Cuff It, because wasn't that like everybody's song from that album?
Yeah, it was, but
it was really like Alien Superstar that was the everybody song, and it wasn't even a single.
Cuff It got nominated for it did get nominated for Best R&B Song. So, which is strange. It didn't get nominated for R&B Performance, but got nominated for R&B Song. So I guess okay. And then you've got Best Traditional R&B Performance, which is Do for Love, Snow, Allegra, Keeps on Falling, Babyface featuring Element. I love Keeps on Falling. Plastic Off the Sofa by Beyonce, Round Midnight by Adam Blackstone featuring Jasmine Sullivan, and Good Morning Gorgeous by Mary J. Blige.
Around at midnight, they need to give it to them. They need to give it to Jasmine cannot be touched.
Has Jasmine she's gotten a Grammy? I remember she got it last year, right?
I think so. I gotta look at it again. I'm
thinking of Soul Train when Billy Porter gave her the award.
Oh yeah, she definitely got a Soul Train award. All right,
yeah, she got a Soul Train award, but they need to give they need to give her a Grammy and stop playing with her.
That just goes to show you the most talented people don't even have the awards.
You're right. You're right. Real quick, Best New Artist. We got Anita, Omar Apollo, Domi and JD Beck, Money Long, Samara Joy, Lotto, Mainskin, I think that's how you say it. Toby and Wigway, Molly Tuttle, Wet Leg. I don't know if I've heard of that one.
Toby.
But,
Toby got this round.
Okay.
I think Toby got this round because he's actually quite
he dope.
Yeah,
I love Toby.
Toby been dropping gems.
I love Toby and I want him to win, but if he doesn't, I have a suspicion that they will probably pick Lotto. But if they don't, it'll probably be somebody that one of these that I hadn't even heard of. I don't know if I consider Money Long a best new artist, considering she's not really new
at all.
But you know,
I mean, but I feel like they're gonna. If they do give it to her, it's because it's been long overdue type thing. Like,
I hear you.
You know.
All right, so we gotta get the top three, which y'all know are Song of the Year, Album of the Year, Record of the Year. So for Song of the Year, About Damn Time, Lizzo, ABCDEFU. Oh, okay, I know this one. Gail, All Too Well, Taylor Swift, As It Was, Harry Styles, Bad Habit, Steve Lacy, Break My Soul, Beyonce, Easy on Me, Adele, God Did, DJ Khaled and all of them, The Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar, Just Like That, Bonnie Raitt.
I'm voting for only the niggas. Beyonce and Kendrick. Those are my top two.
I mean, as much as I would love for them to win, I think Harry Styles got this.
I don't know that ABCD that might give a contingency because I done heard that in every goddamn convenience and clothing and whatever store you want to, like. If you walk into a store and it's radio playing, that song come on.
No facts. These are facts.
Adele might win too.
I bet you $5 they gave it to Taylor Swift.
No,
I don't
they'll
know.
definitely have to. They'll definitely have to get. They'll definitely have to give it to either B or Beyonce or
Look,
Kendrick.
if they
If
They'll
they
have
give
to.
if they
They
give it to
have to give
Taylor,
it.
I need Kanye to come on and be like, Beyonce was the greatest artist of all.
I'm gonna
if
let
they
you
give it to
finish. I'm gonna
Taylor,
let you
I'm like,
finish.
man,
Y'all,
let me
y'all
find a way to get
realize
to these
too many,
Wait a
Grammys.
too
minute.
much
I'm gonna let
black
you
people
finish.
is
I'm gonna let
winning.
you
They're not
finish.
gonna let them win the big three. Too many black people winning already, so they're not gonna give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let y'all finish. But Beyonce had the best.
Nah, the album was fire though. Like that
No,
album
the album
actually
was.
made me a Beyonce fan. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
All
good.
right. Album of the year: Voyage by ABBA, 30 Adele, Un Verano Sin Ti, Bad Bunny, Renaissance Beyonce, Good Morning Gorgeous Mary J. Blige. She has a lot of nominations this year. Maybe I need to go listen to this.
Renaissance.
In These Silent Days, Brandy Carlisle, Music of the Spheres, Coldplay.
If they don't,
I don't know.
if they
Bad
don't
Bunny
go
might
ahead,
Festival
win.
Island,
He
The
been
Big
having a good
Steppers,
year.
Kendrick Lamar, Special,
if they
Lizzo, and Harry's House, Harry Styles.
if they don't go ahead and just
Bad
give
Bunny might
this
get this.
to Beyonce.
I'm about to say I didn't really hear anything that was notable or worthy of me going to listen. So I'm gonna say pass. Again, Beyonce.
I'm kind of agreeing with that.
They're
Though
just gonna have to give that to Beyonce. I mean,
I
other
I
than
know,
think Bad
Kendrick
Bunny is
being a
gonna
top
take this
contender,
one.
knowing the Grammys, something tells me that they're going to pick Adele. Something
You think?
tells me.
you think?
Oh.
Look, I feel like because Adele is a really huge Beyonce fan, so she might just go ahead and be like, "Let me go ahead and give it to the queen."
Yeah. Now, if they give it to Beyonce, I will be happy as hell and surprised as hell. But I can't shake the feeling that
I
the
don't think
Grammys are
Beyonce
going to
got
do
this
what the Grammys
category.
do.
I don't think she has this category.
Maybe
I really
not.
don't.
Finally, let's tackle record of the year. You got "Don't Shut Me Down" by ABBA, "Easy on Me" by Adele, "Break My Soul" by Beyonce, "Good Morning Gorgeous" by Mary J. Blige, "You and Me on the Rock" by Brandy Carlisle, "Woman" by Doja Cat, "Bad Habit" Steve Lacy, "The Heart Part 5" Kendrick Lamar, "About Damn Time" Lizzo, "As It Was" Harry Styles.
That was kind of low key a
Steve
heavy
Lacy,
hitter.
Kendrick Lamar.
It's really between Steve Lacy, Kendrick, and Beyonce. We got some heavy hitters in there.
Can you repeat that category one more time? Who's the
This
nominee?
is record of the year. So you got "Don't Shut Me Down" by ABBA, "Easy on Me" by Adele, "Break My Soul" Beyonce, "Good Morning Gorgeous" Mary J. Blige, "You and Me on the Rock" Brandy Carlisle, "Woman" by Doja Cat, "Bad Habit" by Steve Lacy, "The Heart Part 5" Kendrick Lamar, "About Damn Time" Lizzo, and "As It Was" by Harry Styles.
Nah,
They're all might
Beyonce
have
might
this.
win that one.
I think
Break
because Break My Soul wasn't that big from that album though. Like as soon as the album came out, it was the first single, but as soon as the album came out, that song got left in the dust. Like everybody was playing everything else.
That is actual facts. That is actual facts because it didn't even like
I don't
after
think Beyonce has this category.
like after Break My Soul dropped, literally once the project dropped, it was like Alien Superstar, Cuff It.
Yeah, like the other songs became the more popular ones. Either Doja has this or Steve Lacy.
Yeah. I also wouldn't be surprised if Lizzo won this as well, considering.
Yeah, Lizzo might get this too. Yeah.
There is a lot of good tracks on here. This one is really a tough field. It's got a lot of heavy hitters on this one, so I agree.
I like the variety too. I like that it's different. Like
this Grammy is going to be different, considering that in the top 3, I only saw Taylor Swift once. So I'm actually kind of satisfied. I'm not a Taylor Swift hater by all means, but I just think her music is mid. I'm sorry, that's just me.
She's a package deal. I think she's a package deal. That's why I like her, because she does a lot within her music. Like she doesn't just sing; she writes. She arranges. So I feel like she's a Jill of all trades when it comes to her music. So I respect her a little bit more than I do.
Yeah, I definitely respect her. She's definitely got a pen. I'm not the biggest fan of her.
Sis is crashing websites for her concerts, so obviously she's doing something.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I just see her music as mediocre, but that's just my personal opinion. I don't want anybody to take my views to heart. In any
Before we
case,
get shut down.
This is
real
America,
quick.
KJ. We cannot be opinionated and free.
Well, yeah, you make a point. You make a point. Real quick side note. Have any of y'all seen that Waffle House new breakfast sandwich?
From
Saw
the
that.
girl that said it, she said, "Don't waste your time because it's gonna be $20. Just stick with All-Star Special."
Yeah,
I'm
or stick
weak.
with the Texas patty melt and get you a waffle and then just cut the waffle up itself and put the sandwich in between and save you a whole lot of money.
I
That part.
Waffle House is
unfortunately,
just trying to do something different.
don't eat Waffle House. Sue me if you want to, but I don't eat Waffle House. So
Blasphemy.
Are you black?
I am black.
Right.
I am black, but I
Waffle
don't
House
eat
is a
black,
rite
that.
of
yo.
passage.
Is it?
It is.
Well,
Now you ain't living life if you ain't never got the
You ain't,
All-Star
you know what I'm
Special.
saying?
I've
When you
had
come from the
I've had
club,
Waffle House. It's not my it's not my choice, nor it's not my favorite choice, but I have had Waffle House. So
Have you
yes,
had
I
it's
would.
Waffle
an
House outside of
obligation
Virginia?
though. No one loves it, but it's an obligation.
I was gonna say
Outside of
a Waffle House
Virginia,
after Holland. Shit, that's one of the best times ever. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
see
you
everybody.
was preaching, but
I've
I
had.
need to hear Sappy's answer. Have you had a Waffle House outside of Virginia?
You mean me?
There's,
Yes.
yes, yeah.
My
I
my
have
bad. I'm
not.
in NASA.
I have not had a Waffle House outside of Virginia.
The old baby, you have not had a
You
Waffle
got
House
they
then.
Texas,
I'm about to
Then-
say,
North
yeah,
Carolina,
So-
Atlanta. Yeah.
And that's
gotta-
probably why. That's probably why, because I ain't been to no other one except the one in Virginia. And the if I was gonna eat at a Waffle House, then I should have been impressed the first time. So, but that's just me.
I
But
think we
y'all,
went to Waffle House when we were in Atlanta. We didn't. We
no
did.
ma'am.
but this is the thing.
Maybe y'all
Naka.
did.
Look, it's just like you can't go to no Bojangles in Virginia. You got to go to Bojangles in like North Carolina
In North Carolina,
or South
County.
Carolina.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't go to a Bojangles in Virginia. It's not the same.
It's
I get
not.
it. I get it. I get it. Where did Waffle House originate? Maybe I need to go where it was originated.
Atlanta.
Okay, well then 10-4.
ATL.
Well then 10-4. I will definitely take a little trippy trip. And I was just down there. Well shit. I was just down there. But that's okay. I will definitely take me a little trip to a Waffle House in Atlanta. And we'll start
Hey.
from there.
Sounds like a plan. All right, but in any case, the breakfast sandwich, yeah, it looks good, but if it's $20, like I could spend $20 on getting multiple items of food at Waffle House as opposed to on one item. The
That's
sandwich
two
does
All-Star
look
Depends on which
good.
Waffle House you go to.
Well, yeah,
They change
valid.
their prices
I
every
mean,
day.
look, the way the inflation been hitting, shit. But
That's two
we-
All-Star
All
specials.
some damn
You know what I'm
eggs.
saying?
no, you absolutely right. You absolutely right. I'm gonna still try it, maybe eventually one day. But yeah, it just seems like it's highway robbery to charge it for that much. But I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But we'll see. It's been making its rounds across the Twitterverse and other social media. So I'll probably have to ask somebody if they've tried it and see if it's worth it.
They better not do what they did with the Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Oh, you know that's what's
Acting
gonna
like-
happen.
Oh God, I hope not.
Hey, but what they don't realize is y'all remember the shorty that deflected the chair in that the Waffle House fight? That's what I'm saying. They better come in there acting like they got some sense. Cause
Yeah,
shorty
this is a
girl
different
working,
breed. They're not gonna do it like how Popeyes did it. They will cuss you
everybody.
out.
Shorty
Dog,
said,
bro.
"My hands are rated E for everybody."
Bro, Waffle House got prize fighters. Like, there ain't no way I'm going in that bitch and challenging
Like the
a Waffle House
UFC
server. Like,
fights, they got some UFC fights happening at Waffle House.
I'm saying, them servers can throw hands, and I don't
Like-
need nobody's problems. Like, it, as Law said, like when homegirl threw the chair and that server caught it and swatted it away like it was nothing. I'm like, at that point, you should leave. Like, if I see that, I'm getting the hell up out of here. Like, nope, I'm good. She just tossed the chair like it was nothing. Like, the way that she blocked that, no, she got it. I'm good. Whew. But
Hey, KJ,
Yo,
quick side note. My boys is boys in the night, man.
here he go with these Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, I'm
I
watching the
went
game too as we
I
record.
wish Johnny was here.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where he at, man, because I know he would be hella excited. That being said, I kind of do want the Cowboys to win because it's forever F Tom Brady. But if for some reason y'all blow this, which I don't think y'all will, but if for some reason if y'all blow this and let Tom Brady come back and win, I'm gonna have questions. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm
Oh,
gonna have
no,
questions.
fire everybody. Fire everybody.
Yeah,
this is the win or get fired game.
that's real. That is real. So I fully suspect that Dallas is gonna win this game, man. Well, what is going on with the LED boards? Is that part of the? Because it keeps glitching. Is that part of the ambiance? Is that on purpose or is that just something
I
going
think it's
on?
just streaming.
Okay, now I'm not even looking. I'm just looking at the LED boards like in the back where it says like get loud and has the little phrases to hype up the audience and shit. It's been
Yeah.
glitching like crazy over there. So I don't know, but that's just
Isn't
something that
Tampa
I
Bay
noticed. Good
Stadium
Lord, he was wide
new?
open.
Or are they're planning to get a new stadium?
Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
I have no idea, bro. I honestly have no earthly idea. I have not been paying
Woo!
attention to Tampa Bay's structure. You know, the only team that I really pay attention to is the Pittsburgh Steelers when it comes to football. And I guess technically the Panthers as well, since that's the home squad. And they would tell me if they would building a new stadium or not. No, I don't think they need one. That Bank of America does need to get updated a little bit, but I don't think they need a new one. But that's just
Yeah.
my personal opinion. Moving on to some more serious topics here that we have on the schedule. We just got to address two incidents that happened. One where let's start with the one that happened in California because we all know how the LAPD are. We know how we feel about police in general. But I definitely wanted to hear it because there's some discussion to be had. So, if anybody has not heard about this incident, and Law was actually the one to bring this up. Of course, if you haven't been paying attention to social media, a young gentleman, a young English teacher by the name of Keenan Anderson was apprehended by the police, tasered 6 times, and then suffered cardiac arrest and sadly passed away during this arrest. What led to this obviously was a car incident, and according to Keenan Anderson's family, he was trying to flag down the cops not only because of the incident but because he needed help. And a lot of the family were saying that this was a mental health episode. In this case, the cops thought that he might have been either on drugs or intoxicated and tried to do a DUI, and then a chase ensued. And when they finally got up to him, of course, they tased him. They tried to bound him, and they were saying that he was resisting. And he ended up getting tased 6 times, which is excessive. Now, according to the cops, obviously, they see it as if he was causing a ruckus and that he was slurring his words, being intoxicated, and that he was resisting arrest, which is, of course, the excuse that all police departments are going to use. So I just wanted to talk about this because, again, he was 31 years old with a kid. And according to his colleagues, of course, he was well beloved. He was a great teacher. And it is really sad to see another black man pass away. Also, another side note, he also happens to be the cousin to Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors. So it's just really disappointing to see something like this again and something that we have to talk about. I just want to know what everybody's thoughts are because, again, you've got his family side, you've got the police side. There are still a lot of factors that we don't know. I'm not going to both sides this shit. I just want to make sure that I have all the information before I could come to a informed conclusion. But at the same time, I'm always going to say that police force is very, very excessive. The way that they use the police force, especially the LAPD, because this is like homicide number 3 or killing number 3 that we've had to deal with already in 2023 for them. So I don't know what tactics they use, but LAPD has always been seen as brutal. and over excessive. So, any thoughts?
I'll say something. And I'm only saying, well, I will say this. I didn't really look too much into the I have heard about the story, but I didn't really read too much into it because it's almost like because so many of these scenarios have happened, it's kind of like you already know how the story ends. But what I will say is, when it comes down to like police, there definitely has to be a certain level of training. There a certain extension of training because it can't just always be, oh, this person was causing a ruckus, or this person was violent, or oh, I feared for my life. That cannot be the same sorry ass excuse every single time this type of situation happens. So I feel like there needs to be a level of like discernment when it comes down to like arrest when it comes to police. We was literally talking about this before we started the podcast. Like there needs to be a level of like education. What kind of level of education do you need to have? What kind of accreditations do you need to have before you become and put a badge on? Because this is getting out of hand, and it seems like any and everybody can just become a police. Any and everybody can just have a taser. Any and everybody can have some type of form of gun with no type of training, no type of extensive, with no type of extensive training. Just you think on impulse, and then say, "Hey, this person was the predator and I'm the victim." Like we can't have it's getting old, and we should have left that in 2022. But that's just my thought. So y'all go ahead.
Honey, we should have left that in 19 something.
It should have been left. It should have
like it should have been left a long time ago.
Nah, but when
I
y'all
just feel
think
like
about
this
it,
entire situation is just so sad.
Go ahead,
go
Law.
ahead, no, go ahead, Happy.
No, I just want to say, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say we talked about this back when I don't know how many seasons ago, but you know what I'm saying? It takes one of those situations where you got to look at police training across the like world, for real, and just look at how they're attacking these different entities. I feel like America has the highest mortality rate when it comes to police interaction between police and civilians. And you know, when you got other countries where they're putting their police officers through 6 to 8 months of training before they can even go out and actually start working, as opposed to here in the United States where I think it's like a 3.5 to 4 week training, something like that. And they get their badge and gun and are given the opportunity to go out and serve and protect. It puts and leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's just like we're entrusting our lives to people who have only been given a month training, as opposed to you go to, again, Europe or these other places, and they have, these officers who have had to sit through 6 months of training before it doesn't make sense. And to constantly see those of my fellow counterpart constantly taken down, it hurts. And it just makes me more feel for like, why do I have to keep, in a sense, looking over my shoulder when it boils down to it? I don't know. It's one of those questionable things. We can question religion, and we can question schools, and we can question the CDC, but we still have yet to question our police force being properly trained.
I have some comments on that, but before we do that, I just want to welcome Johnny over into the chaotic space. Mr. Franklin, good sir, if you could please introduce yourself real quick.
Hey, go Cowboys. And on top of that, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is your boy Jay, aka Jay Lee Trey, aka Mr. I Told You So, aka Mr. Flaming Hot. Cool Ranch Doritos are the greatest. Also known as Dak Prescott's biggest fan. That is all. I do apologize for my lateness. It's definitely because I am slightly inebriated and watching my Cowboys take care of business. But hey, y'all.
Well, welcome back to the space, man. In all honesty, hey, look, I get it. It's MLK weekend. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. And yeah, man, we just of course talking about this incident with Keenan Anderson when you popped in. So I do have some thoughts about police training. I have said this on multiple episodes of podcasts. Sappy actually thinks it should be longer, but I've always said that if you do not have a degree and you're getting into law enforcement, it needs to be at least 3 years of training because this is a serious job. I also do recommend that these police forces need to hire, in cases of this, they need to have people ready to help those who are having mental episodes. Like you have to hire these psychologists or social workers who can assist in these kind of episodes if this is the case. I've also said that if you do have a criminal justice degree, the minimum of the training should be 2. I may give you a year and a half, but like you have a criminal justice degree, you kind of know what's up for the most part. But it's still like we got to treat this job like it's something serious because too many people are getting behind the gun with very little training and put in situations that they really don't know how to keep a cool head in. So on top of the fact that, of course, the police are hiring people who are, but we can, that's again, another conversation for another day because we can get deep into that. But any other comments before we move on?
I will agree as far as like if with you, KJ, as far as like, if you don't go to college, you need to have at least three years. But I like either way, it still kind of balances itself out. Like there are so many ways that we can literally go about it. Like it could be probably like a year of residency and you have 2 years of training, or you get 2 years of training and then have the last year as like have a full residency, or you go through a full 4-year college to get a criminal justice degree and then have a 2 year or a year and a half worth of training so that you're fully prepared to get onto the field. Like there's a lot of ways that we can go about it, but overall, like just the training in general needs to be assessed.
That part. Any other comments? All right. So before we move on to the last topic, which is also kind of sad, I do want to at least brighten or get back to some more positive stuff. So obviously we just talked about awards and award season, and we gotta mention the chokehold that Abbott Elementary has on these awards and why I'm here for it. Shout out to Kenta Brunson. Like she has done such an amazing job with this show. Mind you, I am still behind. I haven't started season 2 yet. I need to get on that. But still, just from me watching season and binging season 1, this is an incredible show that she was able to create and put together. So definitely shout out to her for being able to go into the Emmys and get some awards, and then go into the Golden Globes and grab some awards, and then do the same thing at the Critics' Choice Awards. Also, shout out to Cheryl Lee Ralph because she has been killing it in her role. Like I am so proud of this show and what it has done and the awards that it has gotten. So we definitely need to be sure that she's been getting her flowers, but she needs to get more. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Any comments about the stranglehold that Abbott Elementary has on these awards?
It has a hold on me. When I tell you, I'm watching that show. Like Abbott Elementary is so good. Like it definitely deserves every award I think it should get more awards. I think the entire main cast should be getting awards. Mr. Johnson need to be getting an award. Like it's a phenomenal cast. Great actors, great actresses. Like they put their best foot forward. The second season has been amazing so far. What's her name that plays the principal? What is her name? Why does it?
Oh, you talking about the actress who plays Ava?
Yeah, Ava. My goodness, she is hilarious. Like, where did they find her?
That's a good question. That is a very
But that
good
show is
question.
so good. Like, it's 10 out of 10. I can't find anything wrong with it.
I agree with you. I so far in my journey, I've seen nothing wrong. So I just gotta stop bullshitting around and get on to season 2. Any other comments about Abbott Elementary?
Abbott is gas. I think Quinta has done an amazing job. Like watching her evolution from Vine to now is crazy. And I have no qualms with Abbott at all. I mean, The Last of Us just came out on HBO Max, so that's what I'm like stuck on right now. But like Abbott definitely deserves everything, all the awards is getting right now for sure. It's her time. Let her get her shine.
I hear that. I definitely got to check out The Last of Us on HBO Max. I definitely have been waiting for that show to pop up, so I will be tuning in. Any other comments before we move on to our last subject of the day? All right. So we just talked about the unfortunate passing of Mr. Keenan Anderson, and now we unfortunately have to tackle an incident for that includes a basketball player from University of Alabama, Darius Miles, not to be confused with the Darius Miles that played in the NBA. I gotta make that clear. This is a completely different Darius Miles. Was a player of the University of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team, and he has been arrested and charged with murder in connection with a shooting near the campus Sunday, which left a 23-year-old woman dead, Tuscaloosa law enforcement announced. So for those who are not familiar with the story, it seems that this young gentleman is being charged for capital murder on top of that, in the death of 23-year-old, I believe it's Jamea Harris. I believe that's how you say her first name. And it's really just a sad story to hear. One, it was a 23-year-old, and she was a mother. She had, I believe, I don't know if it was a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, but either way, it's still disheartening to hear that this woman was killed for seemingly no reason at all, other than what seemed to be like a petty disagreement. She lost her life, and he got himself involved in this. Apparently, according to other players, he's been having issues all season, and apparently he had an ankle injury that had been nagging him, and then he decided to bench himself for the rest of the season. And apparently he went back to DC where he's from, took some time off, and then came back, and then this happened. I'm not so certain what that argument entailed, but it did not need to involve the death of this woman, a Black woman at that. It really, really frustrates me to see that so many of these young boys out here are, once again, quick to pull out the Thule for something unnecessary and ending a life that did not needed to be ended. Like the way that this story really came out really just bothered me, because I don't understand. I don't want to use the quote from Thugnificent from the Boondocks. It was like, what did they do to make you that mad to use a gun? It just really annoys me. And then on top of that, now a young lady has lost her life, a mother, a daughter, a friend, a sister. Like, you took that woman away from her family just because of a petty disagreement. And now I'm not going to be one of those people who will say, oh, you threw your life away for that. Like, you got kicked off the basketball team now, and now you're about to sit here and, serve time, because apparently he is maintaining his innocence in this incident, which I don't know if there's I think there's another person that was involved in the shooting, but either way, why would you get yourself involved in a situation like that to start? But that's the one comment that I want to make. Any other thoughts?
That entire situation is just beyond sad. I just feel like, as a young man, Black men, please go to a therapist if you are dealing with anything, because it should have never escalated to this situation with a young woman losing her life. And from the reports that we have heard so far, I don't know how true it is, but they're saying that, because she rejected him, he felt the need to have to kill her. Like it never should get to that. I feel like work with your emotions. If you need to talk it out with somebody, if you're dealing with something, get help. Please get help. Because first of all, why do you own a gun? Second of all, why did you feel the need to pull out that gun in this situation? Because unless you felt that your life was threatened, and I don't know why this young woman will make you feel like your life is threatened, but I don't know the situation. But entirely, it's beyond sad because now 2 people are losing their lives because this young lady is gone, and now he's going to be in jail for majority of his life. So it's completely sad. I hope she rests in peace. I hope she gets justice, but it's just heavy on my heart because it's just a sad situation.
Very, very sad. Very sad indeed. Any other comments?
Mainly for me, it's just like, I'm just disappointed, honestly. Like, because I read that story earlier today, and I was just like, I don't even know. Like, how do you... He kind of like was going on with it without even like, acknowledging the fact until he had to, do what he had to do. So it's just like, man, like I'm kind of disappointed in that, yo. Like college athletes shouldn't even be having no type of weapon anyway on campus in the first place. How did you even get that? Like I'm lost for words for that. Nothing but prayers and everything positive thoughts to the family that is definitely hurting from this. But we gotta do better, man. That's crazy.
Agreed.
Mental stability and emotional balance go hand in hand. Like they go hand in hand. So that's why like therapy is really important, because knowing how to actually establish some form of boundaries on a mental level, on an emotional level, is not only safe for yourself, but it's safe for the people around you. So please assist, get help. Get help. That's it.
Yep. I wholeheartedly agree. Please, gentlemen, like Black men especially, look, rejection is gonna happen like one way or the other, man. Just if you feel as though you have to resort to such extreme measures because of a rejection, like stop, man. Go get some help, get some therapy, talk it over with somebody, because that's just unnecessary.
I was gonna say on a little tidbit. Let's, as our community with Black families, let's teach our children how to deal with rejection as well, or even hearing the word no. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of this stems from not, again, he's been given everything his whole life. He done made it to college, D1 athlete, and one time he heard no, he threw a temper tantrum, and now he about to sit in jail for the rest of his life. Yeah. Teach our kids how to deal with hearing no, and that no isn't always a bad thing.
Wholeheartedly agree, man. Wholeheartedly agree. We definitely have to get back into saying like, yo, you're gonna hear a no, but that could lead to something much better down the line. Like you don't know where that would lead you. And on top of that, even if it doesn't lead to anything great or anything, just know how to handle when being told no. Like it's just that simple. It's just that simple. But apparently to some people it's not. And we see that because of that, a young lady lost her life. So any other comments about this? If there are none, I hate to leave y'all on such a sour note because, again, this is still a part of our culture, unfortunately. And we want to be sure that we address those situations because, again, these are Black people in real time. And we are Black content creators, Black artists, and Black professionals who are trying to make it in the society of ours. And sometimes we are dealt with chaotic events such as this. So we always want to be sure that we are prepared and that you are prepared for those next steps, and learn that despite what happens, that you can overcome and that you can be successful as well. But also in your daily life, be sure that you, for lack of a better term, ignore the bullshit. Learn how to, I won't say learn how to deal with it. The main thing is there are multiple ways and multiple avenues that you can overcome the bullshit that gets thrown your way. And yes, us as Black people, unfortunately, are a few steps back from a lot of society when it comes to navigating through these hardships, but they are still available to us, and we want to be sure that we are doing our best to make sure that everyone has access. So keep in mind, of course, if you need to reach out to any of us, feel free to do so. If you need to talk to us about anything, if you are listening and you're just enjoying the conversation, that's great. But if you are also doing something serious, just feel free to reach out to us. We have ways and resources that we can connect you to. With that in mind, let's go ahead and before we do the rundown, we got to ask, are there any new business highlights, specifically Black business highlights, that we want to talk about before we do the actual rundown? There being none. Oh, Law, did you have something?
I wish I had more Black businesses.
None on my end.
Okay. Hey,
None on my end.
Hey, look, that's what this platform is for. We are, we grow every day, and of course, we're gonna get more every day or more every season as we trudge along. So, just be sure that when y'all get them, just let us know so that way we can go ahead and highlight. Law, I made a slight edit to the list. If you check the chat, I already gave Nasa her edit. So, with that, let's go ahead and do the rundown. So, if this is your first time tuning in to the Chaotic Culture Podcast, at the end of every episode, we do a rundown list of every podcast, Black podcast that has supported this platform, every Black artist that has supported this platform or been a part of this platform, every Black content creator that has supported or have been a part, as well as every Black business that has been a part or in some way contributed to this platform. So with that, of course, we start off with our Black podcasts which support this platform. Johnny, if you could go ahead and give us that rundown, please, sir.
Absolutely. So, of course, shout out to every single podcast that, even though there may not be on the list, we do still love y'all and appreciate y'all. But starting on top of this, of course, shout out to Show Go High. Yes, sir. Of course, Mike Tech Waifu. And also, please subscribe to their Patreon as well. Shout out to Polo and Tail. Shout out to Worst Generation Podcast and Blename Podcast, and also Anime After Dark. Please subscribe to both of their Patreons, Worst Gen and Blename. Also, we have Truth and Transparency Podcast with Brother X, the Culture Scientist, and Mr. Smith. Shout out to Inside the Mind of a Blur. You already know, myself and Ed is over there as well. We also have the session, with Jay and Trey. Brutal Honesty with Kay Renee. And please check out her novellas under the pen name Sedona Rose, and that's Sedona Rose, Rose, which is available on Amazon Kindle. Shout out to also It's So Real with Raquel and Onaje. We also have Dad Needs to Talk podcast with Rob, the father of Vash. Of course, Analytical where Chicks Get Critical. Shout out to Huey TC podcast, Geek Set podcast, of course, Young Deuces and the rest of the gang. And of course, BlackAnimePodcast.com, the places you can catch every single Black anime podcast that is currently on that website. You can catch anything that you're looking for, any type of genre you're looking for, but definitely for sure check out BlackAnimePodcast.com, and of course the entire network that's on there. So that is the shout outs of the pods.
Thank you for that, Johnny. Next, Miss Nasa, please give us the shout out for the Black content creators.
Absolutely. You already know. First, we have Black Anime with Aaron. Then we have HBCU Anime with Evan. We have Sundari Erica, I got you, girl. So, shout out to you. Cypress Entertainment. Then we have Tatted Pudo. I like to say the Gucci Gamer, but it's the Geechee Gamer. So shout out to them. Icarus Metro Comics with Calvin. Then we have Studio Maho with Pat and Yin. We have Soul, aka Humble Southern Soul Brother. Next we have HU Hub Taku. Go follow them. And then next and last but not least, we have Shelby. Simply, is it Janine?
Janine, yep.
Yeah. Simply Janine and Roads Less Traveled. So go ahead and follow all of those content creators. They got made some amazing stuff. So
absolutely. Sappy, could you please give us a rundown of Black artists?
I can. All right. So for our artists, we have Shanasa, who just had released an EP. Make sure you guys go check that out. We got Scoozy, Jack Union, Phil.me, Ellis Quinn, RJ Stackhouse. And then we got Quarter, Tyrone Leak Jr., Ari Lachelle, and Zykind of Fortresses. And if I ever put out music, y'all make sure y'all check that out too. It's like, no, I'm just like.
All right. Did you shout out? You did shout out Zaynab, right? Or did I miss that?
I surely did not. Make sure y'all check out Zaynab and Alina. Yes.
There we go. There we go. I was like, did I miss something? But okay, yeah. All right. And then finally, our Black business shout outs. Law, if you could go ahead and close us out.
Yes, sir. Black businesses we got Already Paid by Dre, FNRM Fresheners Rich Mind by Timo, KSS Brand by Christina. Then we got Cream Cosmetics by Naima, Mind Over Money by Tremaine, Studio Maho by Pat and Yin, Daphne Beneford Smith with Studio Maho and Creedon PLLC, Concept Moon by Strange Keith, She Designs 2 by Aaron, Black Magic Lit Wands by Low and T, H4 Creative by Zenobia, Real Estate Stone by Meredith, Soul by Belle by Mariah, and then Coasters Bar and Grill, Beach Bar and Grill, located at 260 Buckrow Road, Hampton, Virginia. Check them out. Good food. They have different events each week and lit vibes.
Yes, sir. Speaking of which, we are definitely going to get Coasters on there. And also shout out to Zenobia. Zenobia said that she is ready to come back for some more shenanigans. So we are definitely going to try and bring her back this season.
Is that my good sister, Zenobia?
Yes, it is.
All right
now. All right. If there is nothing else, let's go ahead and sign off. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Chaotic Culture Podcast on your favorite digital streaming platform. Please be sure that you subscribe to the Patreon for early access to the podcast and bonus episodes of this podcast. You can subscribe at any of the 4 levels listed. We appreciate your support. Please be sure that you go once again to patreon.com/Chaotic Culture Pod. You can follow our Chaotic Culture Podcast page on Facebook at Chaotic Culture Podcast. You can also follow us on Instagram at Chaotic Culture Pod and follow us on Twitter at Chaotic_Culture. You can follow me, Ked the Pro, that's K3D the Pro, on all social media. You can follow NASA at _callmenasa on all social media. You can, of course, follow Sappy on all social media at Scraps14. Law is taking a break, so we'll get back to that sooner or later. And then, of course, you can follow Johnny on all social media at JLeeTrey, including TikTok. Also, be sure that you subscribe to his Twitch account at JLeeTrey_. He is, or is it JLeeTrey1? Let me make sure I got that right.
JLeeTrey1 for sure.
JLeeTrey1, okay.
I appreciate it, bro.
Hey, not a problem. Not a problem. Yeah, be sure that you check him out on Twitch. Definitely shout out to all of our Twitch streamers and affiliates out there. We definitely appreciate y'all. We're going to have more of y'all on this platform as well, because we want to be sure that we highlight you as you continue to find and navigate your way through the streaming process, and hopefully that you will find success. I can't name all the streamers, obviously, but y'all know who y'all are. If y'all support this podcast, we love you and appreciate you. But this has been another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. So until next time, folks, remember, embrace the culture, chaos rules. Be blessed, be safe. God is love. Deuces.
One.
Peace.
Peace.
house in these streets, so let's talk about it, please. Let's hold some conversation. You see where I'm coming from. Yes, it's so amazing. Go ahead, get comfortable. You can grab a seat, take a load off your feet. Yeah, welcome to the table. We don't tell no lies over here. This ain't no fable. We just live our lives over here. We ain't no angels. We just shine our light over here. We got the power. We just showing love over here. Cause everybody needs some, yeah. And we don't need a reason. Everybody needs some. And we don't need a reason, cause
we're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a chaotic culture. We're living in a